Welcome in Europe. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well. Spartan Tano here with the legendary It's Me Foo. How are you doing today, buddy?
Great, Tano. I mean, we've been chatting backstage, but really early for me. But I'm very excited to get my first look into Unite Fight Club. I think this is the first ever broadcast I've been a part of, and we've got some spicy matches coming up for everyone. So hope everyone is excited and ready to go, Tano.
Oh boy, are you in for a treat today, buddy? Let's not mess about. Let's get the schedule up. Production, if you could do that for us right now, and we can talk about what teams are coming into this. By the way, Komai are going to be on stream. Yes, I'm wearing the Komai jersey. I'm not biased, I promise. It's just a beautiful jersey, and it came today, and I was like, I need to wear it. So let's get the
Yeah, that's
schedule
great
up on
timing.
screen. Or maybe not. Either way, I'll talk about it, mate. We have Church of Eos going up versus Good Night Gaming, and I cannot wait for people to see the team that is Good Night Gaming, because I think we'll have a lot to talk about, mate. And Los Caracados are going to be taking on Komai Esports in the league match today. That'll be a best of 5. The first set is going to be an exhibition match, which will be a best of 3.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the current leaderboard, Tano. It's seed number 1 against seed number 2 for the main match. Is that correct? So very important match coming up, right, between these two.
Absolutely, buddy, and it's been exciting every single time we've seen these teams on the board. It's actually no, Los Duros are the top seed, I believe. I got them mixed up last week, mate. So don't worry.
Oh, there are two. Oh my gosh. Well, even more important match for Catacados then, because they definitely want to climb up the leaderboard, right?
Yes, they do. Let's get the schedule up, production. We've just been talking about it, so let's have a look at it. Here we go.
Perfect.
Church of Eos, Good Night Gaming versus Los Caracados and Komai Esports. Just so that you can see it on the screen and have these beautiful Halloween graphics.
There we go. All I'm zoning in right now is the Good Night Gaming. It's back to bed for me, time. It might be one and done, but I'm excited. I mean, a lot of these players, as you know, play a lot of Unite. They're very experienced, both officially and in the grassroots as well. So it's always nice to watch the team come together in whatever iteration they have, just to see and fight it out to see who's the best.
Alrighty, let's bring up the Fearless Draft rule, because of course it's the Unite Fight Club, mate, and that means we follow the best draft rules in all of Pokemon Unite. Fearless Draft, and this is how it works, chat. We tell you every single stream. When you pick Pokemon for your first match, you can no longer use those Pokemon in the following matches. It's a best of 5 for the League Series matches, so eventually you will have 20 Pokemon that cannot be used in that final game. For both teams, that makes 40 Pokemon banned out, and we have 3 bans apiece based as part of the game as well, Fu. Incredible is Fearless Draft.
Definitely, and I think we've always harped on how exciting it is to have this draft played out, just because it really goes to how well do you know every single Pokemon in the game right now. And thank you to Pokemon Unite, we have, over 70, maybe over 80 now Pokemons available. So even though there are so many bans happening in that final match, there's still heaps to pick from.
Yeah, that they are. And if you've seen this Unite Fight Club action chat and you think I would love to get involved in playing in this and having it broadcasted on the stream, well, you can. Registrations close for the Open Series on 1st of November. You don't have much time to sign up to it. The first 8 teams are registering for free. After that, people are adding to the prize pool. That's what it's all about. We have a community-raised prize pool for winning the Open Series as well, and then you will actually join in to the league after that. The top 2 that win will actually join the league, which is incredible.
Oh, definitely. We've got some player transfers on the screen right now just to see some movements, much like the official esports. I think it's pretty quickly going from free agent to tactics, I think. But we're going to get started. Is this the first game, yeah, for our stream?
It is the first game, Goodnight Gaming versus Church of Eos, and look at the names on Goodnight Gaming, buddy. We've got Narami, Jirare, Gatlu, Toast, and Adesu, the strongest team in EU right now. They previously won the weeklies that they play every Friday. They are an extremely strong team.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it, where we know these players from way back. And now the fact that we have 6 banned across the board, definitely a bunch of Pokemon that you don't want to play up against in the recent meta. One of them including Mega Lucario. It is definitely way too early for me. But Hooper, Suicune banned out from the side of Church of Eos. And from Goodnight Gaming, we say goodnight to Buzzwole, Zacian, and also Blissey.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not wrong, mate. It is meta Lucario. It's very strong in the meta right now, so you are not wrong. Church of Eos here, though. Don't ban Hooper. I think you should ban Hooper. Wait, they banned Hooper. You can't say don't ban Hooper and then do it yourself.
They've gaslit Goodnight Gaming into not banning Hooper, just to ban Hooper themselves. But a first pick Blastoise here from Jarawi, and in response, the supporter and defender for Church of Eos picks up the Crustle and the Eldegoss. And I'm keen to see what team they actually built around these Pokemon, because these were very popular back in the day, especially Eldegoss, still very strong in that top path currently.
Bro, so you'll see that Adesu has picked up the Latias here, right? Latias has that support background. Adesu is a ranged attacker. Latias is broken right now. It is a attacker. It needs to change that background because it does ridiculous damage.
Definitely does. And now paired up with Toes on the Latios, these are going to be a great duo to go up against. Also, don't forget Empoleon, still super strong in my opinion, as Gatlu picks it up for their team. It's kind of like a more scary Pedal Dance Venu for me, so I'm going to see that dashing in and out, and definitely Slowbro is up in the idea, or the drawing board, as one of the Pokemons that maybe can shut down Galu on this, but I am very curious to see how Goodnight Gaming plays up against, considering the fact that they've got that passive teleport now, right, between the Desu and Toast, so if they are in trouble or in need of backup, that's a free teleport for them.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that mechanic coming in, and it's coming in because, like, Latias has been buffed so much in regards to the damage it drops that, like, it's not there as a support option. So you've kind of got double ranged attack here for Goodnight Gaming, and that combo with it as well, it's a smart way to play, mate. So I'm looking forward to see how they utilize that. But I do like Christo picking up this Leafeon. If you really want to limit those squishes, you want to take those Jet 2 Holiday Planes out of the game, Leafeon is the call.
Leafeon is definitely the call for them, especially in that early game, right? As the Latios and Latias are still coming online, Leafeon can be very deadly as well. And maybe that's where Narami comes in with your Sableye. If they can initiate well, it might be able to deflect and prevent the Leafeon to have such easy access, right, to the backline, which is something that Sableye can do very well. I'm very keen to see how this starts. This is a best of 3 for our exhibition match. And we've seen pretty insane exhibition matches before, so I'm totally excited.
Just seeing in the chat that Gatlu's put a message in to say that they've crashed, so we might just pause for a moment while we sort out that crash. It's Pokemon Unite, chat. Somebody is probably playing on a Switch 1 rather than the Switch 2, so, you know, it happens, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the difference is really night and day. Just having the ability to input moves without clicking them more than once, and the loading, it's the biggest quality of life change. But it costs a lot of money, so maybe people that win the Unite Fight Club get a bit of moolah to go towards that prize as well. You know, on par with mobile players now, I think Switch 2 players are happily able to announce. And speaking of the device as well, I heard LAIC is going to allow you to play on a variety of mobile devices, right? And if you need to borrow, they're going to be able to give everyone Switch 2. So I think that's a great change.
I do. I think it's a great change, mate. I think they recognize the issues that people had with their initial announcement, and they made adjustments. And I think what more could you ask of them? So a huge shout out to them and really trying to come up with a solution to the problem that people found. And of course, we want our productions to be smooth, and this will just help it all be smooth. And as we talk about smooth, we kick off the first game here in this exhibition match. Good Night Gaming on your purple side, Church of Eos on your orange side.
Oh, I'm very curious to see how a Piplup and a Sableye do in that top path, but we're going to be looking at the bottom so far as Messi looks to stall out Durari and the Pikachu coming in from Toto just to steal away these bumblebees. Looks like it's going to be a decently fair trade, 7 points and 4 points to each, and meaning on the top side, Rami looking to cause trouble already.
I mean, that's what you're there to do as Narami. See if they can find anything with this table. Here we go. Christo's going to come in with that Leafeon. Has to be really aggressive here. You've got that Evo. It looks like they're going to go back to their central area for the buff. But you've got to punish these laddies that are coming into the lanes.
Oh, definitely. I mean, with Toads already coming in, waiting with an ambush position, it's going to be up to your Leafeon and your Dwebble now just to choose which path to kind of approach. They are going to be picking the bottom path there to try to overwhelm, as 3v2 is going to be in sight to see, and we have a Crustle now online, and Messi's here to give to trap in Terraria, but a great injection.
That it is. That does open up the gates though for Church of Eos to get their own points in, although Good Night Gaming, thanks to Narami, have taken that lead anyway. Now they're going to see Adesu come into the central area for this invade alongside Narami, and this is why I was so excited to see both of these teams here too, because they are both very strong players, and look at that combo to take down the Pots Arena.
Yeah, I mean, it's always dangerous when you see a laddie as a support coming in to invade, and now with the backup from Toast, these two are just doing so well, right? They have done the damage, they just need to get out now to maintain that lead and really just make sure that they gain that experience. Toast taking down still a Glossy Fur on the side of Church of Eos, so a bit of trouble as they face in coming into that 8-minute mark.
Yeah, who's going to get the secure on this Regidrago? At the moment, it does feel like Good Night Gaming have the better pressure with their attack from the range, but they do have that Alolan Raichu on the side of Church of Eos, and great secure using those Electro Balls. It has rotated into the top lane. Gatlu is going to be ready to go for the rip onto Pirava. Look for the KOs as they look to find Christo here. Massive wall, though, by Messi stops that approach, and they have just saved their central area Pokemon. Team who can get the rip here. Gatlu's going to find Christo anyway, and now they're going to try and stomp through. The rest of the team is Jurari putting up the fight on the Serena here. Or rather, I love Jurari is going to do just that, as Gatlu walks in the Red Dragon.
Oh, Galu's on fire right now, or water, shall I say. 3 KOs, that gives them an opportunity to get some money down from the bottom. Make that 4 for Galu, and this Empoleon just does not go down. Toto finally down in this bottom path here to defend what's remaining of that pad. But this provides so much time for Galu just to get a good chip onto Reg Ice here. Do they have the secure ready to go though, as Toast comes in to back them up? We do have I Love Jurari coming in with the Serena. This might just be a flip of this objective.
Oh my god, who got that though? Was it Gatlu with the Whirlpool? Yes, it was!
It is Gatlu.
Oh my god, the Sovereign Slide worked a treat when he putting up that AoE, and then they go and get that secure. Brilliant effort from Gatlu, but a good push from Church of Eos as well, looking like they were going to be able to secure that.
Of match number 1, Adesu now are also with them, and don't forget, if they wanted to, I was just going to say, Toast can just teleport using the passive up top, and now the pressure is coming in. We've got an additional medal for Good Night Gaming in the form of your Reggie Alecki, and with that Hydro Pump from Jurari, oh damn, this is so close to crashing it.
What a beautiful combo this is actually shaking out to be, buddy. And again, so much damage from both of these airplanes in this game. It's ridiculous. And I love the way that they can just constantly come in. Look at this. Dropping up in the front line is Adesu. That's a support Pokemon, bro. And it is just taking all the damage to Church of Eos.
Oh, the double Dragon Pulse is just so deadly for them, isn't it? We do have a huge eject coming out from Jiraiya just to get out of the damage, but Gatlu is caught in the midst of it all. Doesn't matter. Whirlpool comes in, saves the day. Narami gets a pick on your Leafeon as well. And yet again, all these 5-on-5 fights, Kano, it just seems like Good Night Gaming has the edge so far.
That they do. I mean, we've seen Church of Eos play in these exhibition matches before, and they did well. MTZ Esports came up against them. It ended up being a close one on one of the games, and Church of Eos were dominant in the others. Right now, Good Night Gaming have the advantage in this. We've got 356 points to 45. They've spent most of this game setting up camp in the central area of Church of Eos, and they are very much on the back foot on the side of the Church.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you look at the levels. Toast is level 12 now on his Latios, but we still are struggling to hit that number on the side of Church of Eos, but they might be able to make a difference. This might be one of the times, if they have Unite moves, to kind of turn the tide, maybe get some crucial KOs, especially on if you can get a pick on Gatlu or Toast. That's a bunch of XP you can get back for your team.
Oh, they're getting prepared for this objective in the top lane. Right now, though, Good Night Gaming, they're wary of it. Gatlu is ready to dive in if needs be. They don't have Sovereign Slide, though, so the secure will come through to Church of Eos. Knowing it's a Lecky, they're going to try to defend this as much as they can, but maybe they'll give it away. There's the Chaos Glower coming on in. That is going to hit Toto, and they go back to the Pokemon Center. Lecky is going to walk in, trying to use it as bait. It's Good Night Gaming. They're going to spot some points, though, on the side of Church of Eos. There's the Sovereign Slide coming through from Gatlu, and that's enough to cut down two-buddy, with Latios providing that damage as well. Serena says kneel onto the side of Gatlu, but it's not going to be enough as Good Night Gaming defend that with all their might.
And it's just such a great save by Unite to send Toto back, who I think had a bunch of points to dunk in. So not only do they not break the top side, they actually lose a player as well. So it's going to be up to the next 20 seconds maybe for the next objective to come up for another fight. But with Leafeon still having their Unite move, they might be able to get a pick on Gatlu if they're not careful here. Huge Rock Tomb there as Gatlu dashes away, looking for the Citrus Berry as Ronaldo gets it. That is a massive XP surge for them. And they might be able to break that top side or leave it at least for a good overdunk once the final stretch starts.
Yeah, that'll work a treat as well for when the Groudon comes up, because having those T1s makes it incredibly easy to score in if you do manage to grab that final objective. So it might be wise to actually leave it there, buddy. As Good Night Gaming, they're going to take the Regidrago, and finally they catch up to the levels of Christo, hitting that level 13 after taking down Gatlu.
Yeah, this is very important here. You can see Adesu trying to get some vision for the rest of the team, and with Blastoise also circling up in the top side. Church of Eos kind of zoned out here in the final 30 seconds before Groudon spawns. We do have Gatlu in another position there, probably just waiting for anyone that might be coming in for that final objective in the bottom path there. Does not seem like Church of Eos wants to contest that at all.
I love the vision that we're getting as well on the side of Good Night Gaming. Narami just sat here in the central area trying to find out exactly where everyone of Church of Eos is, and that's how you win most of these fights, is the vision, especially at the Groudon fight. They know where the team is set up. Latias in that top side, looking to see if they can go for a dunk in the home base, is bizarre. Let's see if that's the approach they want to continue to take here, but as Toast is going to continue to go down that lane, knowing, look at where Narami is. They know exactly where Church of Eos are set up.
And don't forget, we do have Latias able to teleport if they want to get another maybe 50 dunk in, but the fight might start now that they have vision of Toast dunking in that 100. We have an isolation on the Blastoise, goes in for the Hydro Typhoon, and now everyone is popping their Unite move. It doesn't matter, we have Rubble Rouser coming in, Adesu in a bad position, and there goes the Latias of the team. 2 members down for Good Night Gaming, and it's up to Church of Eos now to convert that small lead that they have. Toast also goes down to the Leafeon as they trade it out. But with 4 members left on Church of Eos, this is a great flip if they want to. It's time to get rowdy for Growdy Tano.
I mean, they've just let them get it. Good Night Gaming, no, they're currently up by 400 points, and they're going to continue to score. With Narami getting another Hundo Burger in, all they got to do is defend these pads. Now, that can be difficult because the Groudon buff is now on the side of Church of Eos. They're going to have additional damage that they can bring on in here. But if Good Night Gaming holds strong and rip those shields, or at least manages to grab a buff, they might be able to do enough to save this.
Yeah, I don't know whether there's enough points on their board to actually convert this because of that 100 at the bottom. Very smart move by them. You can see Gatlo is just trying to get vision and instantly getting out of there as soon as they see how many people are there. We know the mentality for Church of Eos now. They're going to go for the score. Massive Sableye Unite to send Crossler with 50 back. And now with that 6 to break the top side, I think that was a mistake because now we still have 50 trying to score it into the middle side. They do delete Toast off the map though. Hiding Typhoon to stall out time. Can they get enough scores in? 28 goes in, but with Whirlpool coming in good time, I think Gatlu might be able to defend this away from any further scores.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was just an impressive showing from Goodnight Gaming. Smart play in this game as well. They were dominant throughout the entirety of it, really pushing onto the side of Church of Eos. But then on top of that, coming into the Groudon fight, buddy, they just let Toast go and score. Use the mini sort of plan with Hooper, where you just come back to the Latias, and then boom, you're in the fight all of a sudden, and all you have to do is just go and score more when you see that you're losing that fight. So it's a good adjustment by Goodnight Gaming.
And I really like the fact that because now we have Groudon and the buffs work a little bit differently to Rayquaza, there is that ability to maintain your lead, even if you lose that main objective. Just because you can't just score without getting disrupted, right? And with something like a Whirlpool from Empoleon, it's very hard to score when the entire pad is getting damaged tick by tick.
Yeah, no, it really is. I love the fact that that change is now a thing, and you can get damage. It means that these AoE Unite moves are even stronger. Jurare with the Hydra Typhoon, you often see it with the Fanciful Fireworks now being huge back in the game. Those AoE Unite moves are massive now because of the fact that you can disrupt scoring, and it makes a huge difference in that final game. For this one, though, it's Goodnight Gaming taking game 1 in this best of 3.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, at the start, you could see it was Goodnight Gaming in control, but there were moments of brilliance, and I was very, I think, excited when some of the levels went back on Church of Eos, because that makes for a better final stretch, and we definitely had a good fight there. But experience wins at the end of the day for our first game here. We're going to be able to see some of the highlights, Tano, especially this side where I thought it was just so funny that Narami was able to spot a bunch of people, take the red buff, and then allow Toast to go in and score that 100 in the main pad in the start of the 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is why you use Sableye, isn't it? Because you're going to be constantly running around that entire map and just see where Church of Eos are set. It means that you can go for the plan that they had. Now, they did lose this fight 100%, just a little bit too slow on coming back in. But despite that, the way that Toast manages to find a KO here, despite having 2 of them constantly fighting them down, I thought that was huge from them. And despite this Groudon going to Church of Eos, the recognition from Narami there to be like, I'm just going to go score another Hundo Burger, and then Gatlu sprints off and does the same. It's a great adjustment from Goodnight Gaming.
Yeah, we just love Unite players that can also do maths, right? And yeah, I think from then they knew it was like, if you can get the Hundoberg in, and the fact that we've knocked out Leafeon, so they don't have the Groudon buff, there's not going to be enough points on the board for them to score to make a comeback. Even if they take down Toast over here, we are going to be able to stall it out without Hydro Typhoon.
Smart play coming out from GNG, but no wonder they're fresh off wins on the weeklies, buddy. That weeklies, if you ever get a chance to watch it, it is electric because you've got some of the biggest teams in EU, like you have here in the Unite Fight Club, fighting it out, and the finals are always interesting. I cannot wait to see what happens in the Open Series here next week because these teams, they are electric in this region right now.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a really good run. So make sure everyone tunes in and gets a good look at what the talent of the EU region is.
And there is plenty. It gets me very excited for UCS this season. I think it's going to be the best that it has been yet as Pokemon Unite continues to grow on the esports side of things. We're going to get ready for match 2 here. Of course, if Goodnight Gaming take this one, they have a clean 2-0 victory in this set.
Oh, I mean, a bunch of Pokemon banned out. You won't be able to see these anymore. And further on, continual bans for all-rounders such as Zacian and Buzzwole will be plaguing this game as well. Meanwhile, on the side of Church of Eos, they're switching it up. No more comfy Dodrio and no more Darkrai for this game number 2.
I absolutely love that. You know you've got Toast, you know you've got Gatlu on the side of Goodnight Gaming. Try to limit that as much as you can because, yeah, whatever team they are a part of, they are the star players on it. So this is a good tactic from Church of Eos. Tibby is going to lock in the Mega Lucario to kick things off with. Now, we've seen a little bit of this, Foo. I'm not sure whether it's considered OP.
I think it is, but it takes a bit of time. You need to hit that 9 for you to have access to the Mega Lucario. But it's all about how your team plays. I think in a competitive setting, everyone knows the power spike. So it's kind of like your Lucario at the first 2-3 minutes of the game. It's just how you play afterwards and how you can take advantage of the quick cooldown, and also the fact that you can actually move the close combat to ensure you're hitting people, and that in turn will reduce your cooldown of your power-up punch, and then you can just combo off that as well. So this is the first time I get to see it in competitive gaming, just because it's been banned out for so long. And so I'm very excited. I'm curious to see how they actually play up against something like a Suicune, right? Which technically, once you hit that 11 mark, it should be a really good matchup because you don't get CC'd from any of the moves, and you get healing from your close combat.
Yeah, rightly so. Christo's going to pull out the Urshifu here. That's going to be a blue bear for Church of Eos. And they do have the Hooper versus Narami on the Eldegoss. We're seeing so much of the Eldegoss in the meta right now. And no wonder, very strong utility Pokemon. Desu's got access to this Inteleon. That is snipe shots landing all day long. And oh my days, you were concerned on the side of Church of Eos about the speedsters coming in. Gatlu and Toast lock them in anyway.
Yeah, this is another duo, right, that we love to see. Before is that Latios that Toast had with Desu, but now we've got a Gatlu and Toast duo with the double speedsters. I mean, this is, well, we don't have many speedsters left, right, in the game if we keep banning out Dodrio as well. But how will I guess the members of Church of Eos deal with two very, very fast Pokemon, as well as the fact that both just need that level 4, level 5 to deal some serious damage. Meanwhile, on the side of Church of Eos, we do need that level 5, that Urshifu and also Lucario, as we mentioned. Probably, if you want to make the most advantage of this Mega Lucario, you need to hit that level 9.
Oh, this is going to be exciting, buddy. This is two powerhouses here in the UFC. Goodnight Gaming have been a new team that's come in this season. Of course, it's made up of players from different sides of things. You've got Komai players, you've got ex-Komai players, you've got ex-Nouns players on that squad. It is probably a super squad here in the EU region. So they are the team to beat. And coming into the Unite Fight Club, that's going to put every other team on notice.
That's the point, right? The first rule of Unite Fight Club is that there is no Fight Club, and there is no access to this fantastic action. But I'm just kidding. The action has been insane today, and I think these players, the fact that they're so flexible in whatever roles they play, in whatever mons they can play, it just makes for a good show.
That it does. Here we go. Let's see whether Goodnight Gaming can put this to bed in the first two games, or whether Church of Eos are going to bite back with a little bit of feistiness as we see them going into the central area as expected. Bottom lane, though, this is going to be an interesting matchup as Jurare looks to get the freeze onto Todo. They're going to get away. Mucid Auto is going to come over to Jurare, but they're not going to be concerned just yet.
Not just yet as well, and with the new Mew changes as well, each auto will do a little bit more damage than before because it is going to be scaled to your special attack. We have a fight for these Natus right here. Gatlu still looking for that level 4, and so is the Philosopher as well, but Toast is already here, ready to go with that Fang. They knock out Snorlax for the first KO of this game.
Oh, I don't know how you combat this if they get their power spikes early enough and start snowballing, but it's huge that Church of Eos have now got Blue Bear on the field as Christo is going to rotate up here, see if they can dive on through, but these double speedsters is not going to be easy for them to deal with. Good hit up onto the side of Toast there, but he does get the combo off anyway as they look, but they get trapped in between them, and they're sent back to Nurse Joy.
Oh, Toast, I mean, they got out of that, but probably pressed the feint a little bit too much and goes back into the action there with a Hooper portal able to save Ferrari carry, and this looks like a lot of pressure now up in the top side. Nice KO to take out Galu, give them this opportunity to get the stacks for this Lucario, and then some experience as well. Both able to get some HP from getting reset, and Toast wastes no time trying to take away this blue buff before they get invaded now by 3 members of Church.
Smart play by Church of Chaos. They are definitely winning the early game off to the back of those really good combos. Toast does get another one off onto Cristo, and the freeze. The Whirlpool was too much, buddy. They couldn't get away, and now Toast is just locking in the rest of Church of Chaos at the moment. Goes into a big beam from Toto, though. The boosted auto is going to go onto the side of the Suicune as Toast locks in a 25 dunk and blocks most of that damage coming their way.
Oh, this is a really good play by Toast here, and I think one of the things I noticed is the Shadow Claw to save a Desu prior, and that enabled the Urshifu not to be able to get that and go down to that sweeping freeze as well. 6 seconds for the next set of birds to come through, and we got a Reggie Drago now going on the side of Church though, so that gives them enough time to maybe get a dunk to match what Gatlu has put in up in that top side. But I do have to say though, Gatom 2 definitely much closer despite the double speedsters on the side of Goodnight.
Yeah, you worry about the early game when you see those double speedsters, but Church of Eos have handled it very well as Gatlu's going to fall down here. They have the lead with points. Toast is just waiting to dive on in for this double as we see the Nightfall Days come out, and with the boosting they find Cristo. That is the terror that is this Zorak.
Well, I mean, the name might be Good Night, but it's really just Good Morning because I'm thinking of some toast for this game. What a wonderful way to secure just a great defense, right? Because they were going to start that top objective, but the experience well that you're able to gain, the Unite cooldown charge you're able to obtain from getting those tiny scores in as well, definitely not to be underestimated. We're going to have a fight for this Reggie rock up in the top side. It is going to be Lucario that secures it for Church, and that yet again, also not for Church, for Goodnight Gaming, so definitely the snowball effect is in full force, and we got one more objective down at the bottom to fight for.
Debate whether Todo gets this or Jirare. We do see Leafeon coming through as well. Gatlu's not looking for it though. They're going to go score. The boosted auto gets it here. So Jirare's going to go back to defend this pad. Gatlu's here to provide that assistance as well. Doesn't look like Church of Eos want to be pushing this too much. The freeze looks like it's going to come through. Good block to protect their Mew there. The pressure's still coming into the top lane as well right now, and it is Lucario that gets the better of Toast. This is a back and forth game if we've ever seen one, too.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? And I think one of the most exciting stuff as well is this weekend. Once it does come online, it just enables them to set up so many ways for the team to get just easy snipes coming in. Endless Icy Spikes will be let loose from Jirari as they try to escape this onslaught of Mega Lucario. And that's exactly what I was talking about, how strong it is. The power-up punch after the close combat, able to secure those executes as well. But nothing Adesu can't shut down straight away with a snipe shot, and it's back to normal Lucario for Church Chaos.
I mean, we just saw a movement masterclass on show, and I tell you what, as well, a sniper masterclass as Adesu lands the snipe shots onto Mega Lucario to really limit them doing more damage than they already did. A close game still, and we see Goodnight Gaming actually going for a retreat out of the central area here, a completely different way than what we saw in the game one.
Oh, definitely. We have 15 seconds until that top Reggie will be spawning. We're keen to see how they are going to be able to play this, because we have now a lot of Unite moves from both these teams. Church of Chaos having that Leafeon Unite from Gatlu there, misses, but they are able to knock out Lucario at the end of the day. As here, a cheeky little snipe shot take down half the HP of Messi, and yet again, Inteleon never fails to surprise me on how much damage he can do. Shifu comes in with a flowing fist, but somehow Leafeon gets out of the way. We've got a Mew hitting on the 40 down in the bottom as a consolation prize. 2 members down for Goodnight Gaming, and now the pressure is really stirring up for Church of Chaos. They do have Mega Lucario here, and with the eject close combat, Adesu needs to run away. He gets there safely, and with that 180 snipe shot, it's now back to the Pokemon Center for Mr. Lucario.
Bro, that fight is ridiculous. It starts off with Church of Eos having the advantage, and then Goodnight Gaming bounce back with the Azure Spy Vision. But then the buddy barrier from Spooky keeps Christo up on the Shifu, and they continue to push into the central area, get some good picks, and then all of a sudden Goodnight Gaming find two massive ones, as well as Spooky again here, and they end up coming out of that feeling better than Church of Eos did.
Definitely, I mean, they get a additional prize in the form of Reggie Leckie, our 6th member for Goodnight Gaming, and that's going to be able to pull some sort of attention away from that top half, which I think that Goodnight Gaming might be now able to attack. They do take down Lucario once again, but luckily Hooper is there to try to pull people in. But who's going to come out in? They go straight down into the freeze of Suicune. The 2-step as well coming out from Galu, able to lead out Mew as well. And Toast here just for the cleanup. Shifu Unite, though, at least takes down Eldegoss. And I see that Adesu and Gatlu has also fallen as well. The fights don't end, folks. We're going to go in for more as Ronaldo looks for another pick. I mean, it's just all about brawling this game. Very different to what we saw in game number 1.
Going for that there is absolutely ridiculous, knowing that their support and defender is right next to them as well. But hey, Church of Eos, they're feeling confident, buddy, and they've been very aggressive in this game. It's been a much better showing from them rather than game 1, and there's literally 11 points between these two now, as the Groudon is about to come onto the field.
Yeah, despite all the fighting as well, you can see the levels are still very much in favor of Goodnight Gaming. We have a level 15 Zoroark, level 14 Inteleon, and all the attackers have that level 13s as well. Meanwhile, on the side of Church of Eos, we're actually missing that Shifu Unite. So I'm sure they're going in for maybe a cheeky back cap, just gain back some of that Unite. They do have Hooper to bring them back if something happens. Roll call might be happening very soon if this Hooper gets damaged anymore. It was actually on 1 HP, Dana. We're going to have the action starting in right now. Big power nap from Snorlax to stay in the field, but Hooper goes down immediately, and this Urshifu has to use the legs to come back into the pit.
I gotta say, that is huge, mate. They recognize that Goodnight Gaming, they recognize that Church of Eos was going for the back cap, and they just go for the fight. But here we go. Christo's gonna find a good pick onto Adesu. The Raging Fists are gonna connect as well onto Narabi, but they don't find home as they get their revenge. Mystical is gonna come on out here from Toto, looking for the Electro Ball, and it finds them. But Toast is gonna clean up Church of Eos instead. Rings are finally let loose from Hooper, and it has meant that Church of Eos now has more space at this Groudon fight. They scored the Hundo Burger as well, so they're currently in the lead.
Well, it's time for Don't Ban Hooper to show us why they shouldn't have banned Hooper, as we have now circling on the board. Where did all the players go? We've got 48 seconds on the board. All that time spent after Lucario came back. Goodnight Gaming has finally spawned back in as well. We might have a second fight here. Massive block coming in from Messi as they get reset from the Hooper portal. It's do or die now for this Groudon, as we have a very close score from both these teams. Church of Eos has that beam to come through. I think it was good. Toto, perhaps not only knocking down Leafeon, managed to steal Groudon from the grasp of it all. It's going to be up to defending, and also if they can get a cheeky score in from this Hooper to cement their game number 2 win.
Oh, they can't get onto this pad, mate. A brilliant response from Church of Eos to take us to a game 3. Oh, we knew this set was going to be a beauty, and boy, is it becoming.
It definitely is, and that's exactly what we like to see as casters, right? Going the distance now in our best of 3. Church of Eos playing extremely well in our game number 2, 370 to 233, with Renato taking out 7 KOs to just by themselves. But don't forget, we've got the double speeds as it had 11 KOs from Toast. What a wonderful match.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I really am intrigued to see where this next game goes, buddy, because it's Fearless Draft, so these Pokemon can't be used by these teams anymore, and we have more bans that can come in as well. So I cannot wait to see how the next game ends up. Double Speedster was the plan for Goodnight Gaming there, and whilst it was very oppressive, Church of Eos absolutely had the number for it.
Oh, I think that's definitely right. Unfortunately, I think Mega Lucario didn't get to shine too much. They were definitely on the receiving end of the lot of the damage that Gatlu and Toast could put out, as well as the snipes going on from Adesu as well. But I do want to give a shout out to Toto, though. Part of the reason why they were able to turn the tide of that Groudon fight was the double Electro Ball that was able to knock out both Suicune, I think, and also Leafeon or Eldegoss. It was one of them, but it really put a stop in the momentum created by Goodnight Gaming, and it allowed the Urshifu to come back in good time, as well as the Hooper to bring everyone back as well. Incredibly close game, but it's going to be Church of Aeos that takes it out.
Okay, game 3 is getting ready to go. These players are getting ready to fight it to the wire. They're going to be needing plenty of caffeine so far. They're going to be needing good setups. If you need yourself a good setup, you know what you can do? You can go check out our sponsor, Pink Parsnip Computers. A huge shout out to them, allowing us to put on these productions for you. And they have some incredible codes that you can use to get some discounts. If you go check them out, you can use code INGAGE5 for 5% off your entire order site-wide. INGAGE Stream to get £15 off the Stream Deck Mini, and INGAGE Ship for free UK shipping on any purchase over £300. An incredible sponsor here. Huge shout out to them as we check out these highlights, bro.
It's definitely highlight time, and this is one of that first moments where we're like, whoa, these teams know what they're doing, and Shifu going down to Suicune, and somehow the Leafeon escaping it all. Mega Lucario here, just a bit of highlight there as Adesu gets out of it. Remember the eject, and then the snipe 180, able to knock out that as well. I mean, just, it's so good to see the talent in EU have gotten even better than what we watched last season, Tano. How does it keep getting better? What is the secret for this region?
Hey, it's all these grassroots tournaments, buddy. I honestly, genuinely believe these grassroots tournaments are not only bettering our own region, but they better Pokemon Unite in general. Every region has these grassroots going on, and the EU region, they engage with it massively. We see improvements every season. We see new teams coming out every season. You've not only just got us doing things here, you've got Unity Clash, you've got the French side of things with LFPU going on, the weeklies going on. Anytime these players want to organize scrims or they want to get involved in anything to have competition, there's a way to do it. There's something there, mate. And I think that is huge.
It definitely is. And I think it shows, right, from just these games, everyone is honing in on preparing themselves for the league that's about to come up very, very soon. I mean, it's end of October here. It's actually Halloween for me right now, on the 31st.
Oh!
That means it's November tomorrow. And I think LAIC starts at the end of it. So we're moments away from another great start to the season for the official UCS. And in San Fran is the goal, I think, for a lot of these teams. And it's time to put in the work, right? It starts off in the off-season. If you're not working out now, you're not going to have as much as the other teams that have been working hard. Game number 3, final one of our exhibition match. And you can see a ton of bans down in the bottom.
Yeah, that we can. Let's see what the free bans are going to be, because it looks like Church of Aeos are going to stick with the same, getting rid of the Dodrio, getting rid of the Darkrai, and I expect it's also going to be the Comfey. This is interesting. On the other side, though, Goodnight Gaming are going to ban out the Alolan Raichu, the Blastoise and Blissey, and I can't believe that Alolan Raichu is still as OP as it has been for so long.
It's just ridiculous. I think all the attackers over time have just power creep themselves by these buffs and the change in the game. I remember when Store Power were so good, and now, Electro Ball is definitely the move to pick. Gatloo locking in Mega Lucario for their side this time, and it's going to be up to now Church of Aeos to think about what Pokemon they can do to combat this. Zacian finally gets let loose as well, and Suicune, a really important pick here, going up against Goodnight Gaming, because they haven't able to play it on this side yet, right?
No, they haven't. So it's always going to be a strong pick that you can bring in. So I love that, combining it with Tibi on the Zacian as well. Let's see what they want to range out with their defender here, because Dorami has taken the Mew. A Mamoswine would be a good shout. You do need something that's got extra crowd control, and you technically have a freeze lane there as well, buddy. Todo is going to bring out the Espeon, and I think either Psyshock or Store Power could be good here. Maybe looking for the Store Power to chase down and get away from Gatloo.
Yeah, it's important as well, because Adesu is on that Miraidon, so if you are running Store Power, you are able to sidestep a lot of the beams that it can come out of this Miraidon. I do want to ask you, right, what are your thoughts on this Tenacity belt that has just come into the game recently? You can see Messi running it on the Mamoswine. Have you played much with this item?
I haven't. I don't really play. I mean, I play speedsters and I play the odd all-rounder, mate. So I don't really play anything that's getting much use from it. And we haven't actually seen that many people use it in comp either. I mean, Messi has just taken it off, in fact, for the guard here.
Yeah, so don't worry about this conversation. No tenacity route available, so no need to discuss that. But a Pokemon that I do want to discuss is Pokémon, which I think is a fantastic Pokemon. And the mechanics of it all really make it very fresh, I think, as a release. It's going to be able to snowball when it does have its Unite move, which you can get only by landing moves and hits on the opposing side. Curious to see how they go.
I'm with you. Pokémon, I think, is an extremely strong Pokemon. From what I've heard from the pro players, whenever we've done interviews with them, they hate it because it literally just sticks to them like glue, mate. And that is so frustrating because when you have a Pokemon that you just can't get away from, no matter how many dashes you've got, no matter how many eject buttons you've got, it becomes extremely frustrating, and you don't want to go into a fight against that Pokemon for the rest of the game.
You don't, because the fact they can stick onto you is also gaining that Unite charge. So as it's fighting you and, sticking like glue, it's like, well, if you want to run away, I've got my Unite move ready to go. And it's got a very, very, I guess, tongue-twisty Unite move. Zip, zap, full charge spark. Say that 5 times fast. It's going to be able to lock onto you and with a stun with every mark punch as well. Definitely is one of those Pokemon you don't want to deal with. So it's going to be up to Church of Aeos to show us how good this Pokemon really is. But we're going to get started now with our final game of the exhibition. Got an Eevee and a Swinub going down in the bottom path against a Phantom and a Desu on this Miraidon.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup there. Strong lane from both sides of things. If Todo can get online early enough with this Espeon, it would be better for them, but that's going to be taken away. And a Desu is going to be so oppressive without a Miraidon to kick things off.
And speaking of oppressive, here comes the coaching from a support Mew, able to get some shield, but also increase its own boosters as well, which you can see is quite a bit of damage. And I Love Jiraiya needs to get very, very careful here. We have Todo coming in by a huge stun coming out from the Phantom into the beam of a Desu. It will be able to take out both members, and it's going to be up to just a tiny Cristo here to fight for some sort of experience as the 850s are about to spawn.
I love seeing Toast on this cypher, mate. Anytime we see Toast on the Speedster, it gets me very excited, and I cannot wait to see how they get on with this, because the Desu has just fallen. It's side shot coming out of Todo, and they're going to find the hit onto the Phantom. It's only Toast here now, trying to see if they can use the executes, but a good headbutt coming out from Messi is going to stop that from coming through. Here comes the Electro Ball from Narami to at least get another secure, and Cristo's going to fall from the dual wing beat. Toast is not going to get that score in, but they're trying to allure Todo closer so they can find the KO, and it looks like Hooper's going to find the hit onto Toast, but no, you can't, because the man can't be caught.
This is an absolute tug of war down in the bottom. Every time we pan towards it, it's Church of Aeos winning, and then it's Goodnight Gaming coming in with a great approach, and then Church of Aeos comes back with a great defense. It's definitely all going down in now first 2 minutes of the game, and now we're going to continue the action as they fight for this Regidrago in the middle, giving a global experience but also a scoring speed buff for whoever secures it, and that's going to be in the name of Lucario from Goodnight Gaming. They get taken down immediately though, but they will be able to give Toast that level 7.
Yeah, they're going to be more comfortable now with those extra little bit of levels, and it's all about who is going to hit these Unite moves first, because the oppression that can come in from seeing a zip-zap full charge spark on that side, or maybe a green illusion dive from Goodnight Gaming, they will win the next team fight with that one, mate.
Yep, and definitely you know your Unite moves, mate. That's definitely a tick in my box, but a huge tick from Goodnight Gaming is the initiation and setup from Jiraiya there. 2 members getting knocked out with a massive stun. Coming out on the top side now though, and we have a decent attempt at maybe taking down Toast to try to come back in with a few scores, but something so sneaky about Toast is the way they can play that side though and get out of sticky situations. Regirock probably going to go to Goodnight Gaming here, providing that additional shield up in that top side.
Ooh, Toto's so lucky that Jirari got hit on the wall there, because I don't think they'd have got away otherwise. But that is the power of the charge beam from Adesu. The charged beam, the charged beam, enhanced charge beam is ridiculous, mate. It's got so much range and does such a consistent amount of damage, as does the Green Illusion dive, but Toast just double clicks it and doesn't get all the damage they need, but it does back off Tibby at least so they can score these points.
Yeah, this is not something he's actually going to go up against without their Sovereign Sword at bay. Gatlu able to get out of it, and it's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo to come in with a huge order to take it out. But Toast is just there, scoring up top side. It's like, hey, you need some help. Let me just get a free KO, and off I go. Off I pop, and not even the side shot can reach from the side of Toto as well. But we might have more members now paying some attention and love up in that top path, because we got a Reggie to fight for up in the top side, and you can see straight away Medical going in, but Jirari not able to secure anything but eat the beam coming out from Narami.
It's crazy, mate. I mean, the amount of times that we've seen this Pokémon... Oh my god, the Bright Beauty Meteor Storm just blows Pokémon up on the pad. I mean, they send back the Espeon as well to Nurse Joy, and that was a brilliant hit, although they are not going to be able to get the secure on the objective just yet, because Church of Eos are back. Look at the hold from Messi here as well on this pad, but unfortunately, there's only so much you can do with the poor little Pillar Swine.
Yeah, it's a bit rough there, especially with Mega Lucario down in the bottom path. We will have Regieleki going outside of Church of Eos, and I Love Jirari is here to start it off. Nice little crash in, and unfortunately with the Mystical Mirage, it will not be able to see that Pokemon, so Regieleki is easy to crash, no problem. 28 on the board for this one. Massive stun onto Toad, and that's going to give them the ability to break that top hat, as well as getting a cheeky little 2KO onto Mew as well.
As soon as you think you've got away from this Pawmot, you just hear it scream, "Get back here!" And they just crash onto them, mate. You cannot escape. It's ridiculous. And Toast is using the double dance with the dual wing beat and still finds it hard to get away. They do manage to get away on the Zacian, though, although the Mammoth Mash is going to come through. Green Illusion Dive doesn't find the KO just yet either. Psychic Solaire is going to be used by Tibby to buy some space for Church of Eos here, but the Phantom Forest is going to go on up, and Jirari finds the KO with Adesu giving the artillery, but the Zips, that full charge spark is going to come through as Adesu tries to escape from the Palmer. Luckily, the Fists of Fury are fired from the Lucario, and they manage to escape.
I do have to say, though, it was so funny at the start when Gatlu used their Aura Cannon to go and to Mega Evolve, but they were just not able to access any of the backline because it was firstly a Psyshock stun, and then the Psychic Solaire, and then they got Psyshock once again, and then we had Suicune freezing them. So you can have a really, really strong Pokemon, but with the setup that Church of Eos has, it's incredibly hard to get anywhere because of the crowd control.
So the answer to that is buff full heal. I'm telling you, bro, it needs to happen.
That's right. It needs to happen, indeed. But speaking of full heal, that might be required here. Hornleaf to try to get Jirari out of it. Massive one of the Wood Hammer to stun off 4 members, but damage might be already done as we have 4 members of Church going up in the top side, getting ready for the next objective.
Now Todo's going to get a good side shot there as well, as Goodnight Gaming recognize they're not going to be able to score any points. They'll grab the farm and get themselves out of that position, as it looks like in the top side. Narami's going to use the Mystical Mirage here as they want to see if they can try and take this Regieleki away. Messi's going to block that one off. The Iceman's going to hit onto Jirari, but they're just going to continue to fight it out as the rip was coming through, and Jirari, or I Love Jirari, is the one that's going to find the secure on the side of this Zacian.
Yeah, that's a really good way. Oh, an accidental Unite move, I think, by Suicune. That might be detrimental. 240 on the mark. It's up to them to try to capture as much of this wall farm as possible to gain it back for the final stretch as well. There's going to be no pressure up in the top side, so fully easy for Gatlu to delete that Regieleki off the board. But I think that might be a mistake that might cost them, though. No Suicune Unite, one of the best freeze crowd control moves off the board for now. Are they giving them a handicap, Dono? Just so that they're so confident here? The scores are very, very close.
I mean, it feels like it because you need that Unite move to stop Toast at a minimum. Like, they're going to dive on in with that Cypher, bro. You've got to get a freeze onto them before that Green Illusion dive rips through your team with the dual wing beat.
Pokémon also not having their Unite move either. They need to engage in a fight to gain that back. So they're definitely going into this final stretch. Church of Aeos on the back foot for now. You can see Pokémon just ticking down this Groudon a little bit to try to hit as many of those percentage points as possible. Big stun into damage onto Jirari by Toto as teams are still dancing around. Bit of musical chairs. The beam takes down almost half of Donban Hooper's health there from Suicune, forcing them to reset. And you can see, Harami doing a fantastic job to poke out Church.
Ooh. Right now, though, Goodnight Gaming, they are in the lead, buddy, so they're being patient with it, trying to see if they can at least try and bait them in to get some picks, and then I feel like they'll go for the rip. As Toast has managed to get this down to the half hit, they're going to go for it anyway. They've got the dual win beat for the secure, but it's going to be the Lucario that takes it. Gatlu locks it in for Goodnight Gaming. Bright Future Meteor Storm is going to bring down destruction to Church of Aeos, and that is going to be Goodnight Gaming with a minute on the clock, able to score some hundo burgers.
Yeah, it also happened so quick. Bit of an interesting end here, but I think it really pays tribute to how well Goodnight Gaming were able to zone out Church of Aeos. And when they started that Groudon, like you mentioned, to try to pull them in, when they weren't pulled in at all, apart from a simple Zacian, they were like, you know what, let's just do it, let's rip it. We had the Aura Cannon go through, close combat immediately into the power-up punch from Gatlu. Easy enough to secure it, and secures them the win for this exhibition match.
Oh, wow. What a set that ended up being, buddy. A huge shout out to Church of Aeos coming together to take on Goodnight Gaming here as well. They bounced back in that second game big time, and that final bit there, it was close, mate, but Goodnight Gaming just have such a control over Sky Ruins when that Groudon comes onto the field.
Absolutely. I think they put up a fantastic fight today. We got to watch 3 incredible games, get to see new drafts for every single game because of Fearless, and I think much appreciated to all 10 players here on the map. You can see a fantastic work from everyone, and I hope everyone enjoyed this appetizer right before we go into the actual league match between the two teams. I think Komai and Los Dos, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That's going to be our schedule for today's actual best of 5.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, mate. As we have a look at this graph here, you can see how close that game really was throughout the majority of it. I mean, at that 4-minute mark, it's literally no team has got over 100 points, as you usually expect to see, and it just ends as a rather low-scoring game, because, of course, you're going to get the Groudon and score plenty of points, but up to that point, very low-scoring game, mate, and very close between these two teams. But Goodnight Gaming are going to be the ones that secure it here with the 2-1 victory, an exhibition match before they take to the league themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, what a great warm-up for everyone watching as well, right? Just everyone is prepared to see a lot of the action coming in a best of 5, which I think will be casted very, very shortly for everyone. I mean, were there any... what was your highlight before we go, Tano, for the best of 3 that we had?
Honestly, just Christo sticking to people like glue on that palm up. We call it so many times. There was a moment where this might be it, actually, where we see them actually manage to get back onto their home pad. But look, thinking they were away on the Lucario, but then they just jump over and catch them anyway. It's ridiculous, is that Pokemon, man?
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of those Pokemons where you do not want to face at all. And the fact that it works a lot like Bounce and Gyarados, where you're immune to crowd control when you're charging up your Supercell Slam, just for you to slam down, superhero fashion and all to come in. But one of my favorite bits is this bit actually shown on the highlights, where you just have constant crowd control coming out for Toto because of how fast this side shot can go in. But obviously, big shout out to the attacker on Goodnight Gaming as well. Both the Desu and Narami doing a fantastic job to poke out the team. And this is the reason why Church of Aeos couldn't even get into the pit.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it? It's all about trying to zone on out. The crowd control from Goodnight Gaming was great in that moment there as well, and using the Green Illusion dive just for that big burst damage, trying to get that secure was huge from Toast, and that's just how you lock in the game, buddy, and lock in the set. So what a joyful experience that was for both squads. But we have another game coming on up. It's the best of 5 for the League Series. It's going to be Los Caricados taking on Komai Esports. But we're going to need to head to a quick break before we do that, chat. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. We will be back with you very shortly. Welcome back, trainers. I hope you're all good because we are excited for this next set. Tano back here on the mic with Jonathan Hyde. How are you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. It's always good to come cast some Fight Club.
I mean, the games are electric as well, maybe. We just saw Goodnight Gaming putting up a good showing against Church of Eos in our exhibition match. And if that's an exhibition match, what are these league matches going to be like?
Right? Oh my gosh, saw some really great plays in that last one. I absolutely loved Church of Eos's Mew in that game too. Just absolutely flying around that ground on fight, picking up KOs left and right. My gosh, that was something.
Now, Los Catacados taking on Komai Esports. Looking at the current records, Komai are in second place. They have an 86% win rate in the league so far. Los Catacados, they're in fifth place with a 38% win rate. So they really need this one to climb up those ranks.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And it's going to be exciting to see what they're going to pull out here because we got a lot of new Pokemon coming out. We got a lot of new Pokemon in the game. Mega Lucario. We got Palmot. We got nerfs to Empoleon. The king of the all-arounders has been. And Blaziken? Blaziken might be back on top. We haven't seen a whole lot of it yet, but hey, anything could happen in Fearless Draft.
Bro, they finally started using other all-rounders, and they were like, okay, yeah, Blaziken can just take to the side now. We've got other all-rounders that are good for like a couple of weeks, and they were like, nah, bro, you've got to have Blaziken buffed. Everybody has to use that. Why have they buffed that Pokemon again?
I know, we got Blaziken buffed, we got Mega Charizard in the game now. We also all we need is a Ceruledge buff, and it's just like last year's summer all over again.
I'd actually like that. I'm a big fan of the Ceruledge gameplay, except the Blaziken. Nerf that again, in my opinion. We don't have Mega Charizard playable today, chat, just because we didn't want to do that to our players. It is broken. It needs nerfs.
Oh, it definitely does. Oh my gosh. When you get an 89-second cooldown on its Unite move, that's crazy.
It was already one of the best Unite moves in the game, mate, on normal Charizard. So why the heck it is that strong? Because it becomes the Mega, and it just does so much damage is ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, we do know why it's been released that broken, but you know, hopefully they do a nerf on it shortly because I want to play it. I really want to play it, but it sucks that you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. But something you can play that is Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario has been really, really strong, and it's not to the point where players feel they have to ban it out every game. Sure, some games you see it banned out because you don't want to see it, but again, in Fearless Draft, that's because you may want to draw out tools from the other team, bait them out, be like, all right, that's gone, all right, that's gone. You know what? We can just leave Mega Luca up. If we get it, fine. If they get it, whatever. We still got all these other things.
Yeah, I do like that about the game right now. It feels like one of those where a lot of things are viable, and that's why we have these free bans that they've brought in. And I tell you what, another huge shout out to the developers, actually, because we had those free bans that came in. They were blind pick in ranked, and they just happened instantly. And we were like, that's not competitively viable. They need to come up with something for competitive. And then they go away and do that, and we finally have a much better ban system in the game now. So a huge shout out to the developers for going to work that out, mate.
Absolutely. It feels so good to be heard by the devs, just to like, you just express some nice concerns and they're like, you know what? That's actually valid. We go in, we implement it, and it's nice. It's no longer like dev versus player. It's just like now we're working in tandem, we're moving forward. And that is the best feeling in the world as a player.
Yeah, it feels so good, especially with the Groudon that they've brought in. The only knick-knack that I have against this game right now is how they've done these Megas, bro. I felt so hype for these Megas coming into this game, and then the way that they've implemented them, I just feel like they could have been so much more.
I hate to say it, but last year we got rid of EXs, and somehow they brought them back.
Yeah, it's facts. Absolute facts, mate. Whereas what we could have had is these Mega Pokemon being a different role. We could have seen a Mega Lucario being an attacker. We could see Mega Sableye, for example, being a defender. Mate, that would bring so much more into this game and would warrant them having a new license rather than they just have one moveset and a Mega Stone.
Yeah, hopefully there's many more Megas to come down the road. I think the next two Megas we're going to get are a little bit, cooked in where they're going to be like that. But more Megas down the road could mean different pivots. We've seen drastic reworks to Pokemon such as Duraludon. But yeah, we are coming into the draft now. Komai Esports versus Los Catacados.
Ooh-wee, this is going to be one heck of a set. Los Catacados have got some brilliant players on their side, but they're currently 5th place in the league because it is so closely fought. Komai Esports came into the league and they kicked butt. They're at 86% win record and they have their new squad and they are doing very well in this offseason.
Oh, that's great to hear, because I'll tell you right now, when you got a Darkrai first pick, you know you're going to take advantage of those Battle Pass buffs. We got Lucario, Suicune banned with the Zacian, so we know something's up. And unlike the last set, we're bringing Hoopa in. We're not going to ban that out. We're going to bring it in along with Blastoise.
Okay, interesting. Los Catacados have got the core of their team locked in already. Ickless locking in the Darkrai, and I don't see any support items on that Pokemon. It had a buff recently, and it is very strong in the game right now, but also a Pokemon where you can pick that first, really, Jonathan, and then just build a team around it, because it doesn't matter. It can kind of go off on its own, support your team with the stuns, or even just get KOs no matter who is around you.
Yeah, it's a very hard Pokemon to counter as well. You could be like, do I take the Wigglytuff to get around it? Do I take Miraidon to try to use that electric terrain to cancel it out? There's a lot of opportunities to go around, so there's a few counters in there, but you got to think, if I go with the Miraidon, that locks me into a specific attacker, and with 2 more picks on the table, that means I couldn't guard Raichu or that Trevenant, which Los Catacados is going to lock in.
I like the frontline Los Catacados has built around their team so far, trying to really hold strong against what that Darkrai is going to do. Kha'Zix is here as well on the Umbreon. They can go for the Wish, they can go for the Disruption. I like the plan for Disruption here because you have Wear healing as well. She's going to be comfortable providing that. So really, you can go on in, try and get some good pulls onto Bertolo with that Umbreon, because Oni is going to be a demon on this Pawmot, and that is going to be hard to escape from.
Yeah, that Palma is going to be an absolute menace, especially with that Super Swell Slam. It looks like it's charging in one direction, but you really don't know which way it's going to hop. But Mega Luca might be banned, but Little Luca is here, and they're ready to go toe-to-toe with that Talonflame.
Oh, Jose is going to be let loose on the Flame Bird in this one. I like that. I feel like it's not going to be easy to deal with the all-rounders on the side of Komai Esports, but Jose's probably here just to handle Ickless, just to handle Wear. Not an easy task, though, because when you land on that Talonflame, you are going to be put to sleep very quickly on the side of Ickless, so you're going to be very quick with your movement. But they do have a Yami-chan there, Jonathan, and that means that they're going to have access to the Trick Phantom Force that they might pull out here.
Yeah, Trick Phantom Force is going to be really, really nice. It's going to allow you to pivot. It's going to allow you to teleport. It's going to allow you to get a nice shield off. Not to mention, one of the things that Hoopa is infamous for, auto attacks. Those auto attacks are going to be coming out linked to its partner, as well as double Shadow Ball, which reduces special defense, which could also pair very well with that Blastoise.
Now, looking at these two comps, it's I don't know who to give it to. I feel like I'm going to give it to Komai just because I know how oppressive that Pawmot is and how oppressive that Darkrai is right now. It's all about whether Los Catacados can handle them utilizing Bertolo and Jose and still protect that ranged attacker and Speedster on their side.
Yeah, you got to keep that Speedster protected, and you got to make sure you keep your special attacker, that Raichu, protected as well, because it's going to be your key into this. There's a lot of melee range on the side of Komai Esports, and keeping that Raichu up is going to be incredibly crucial because that means they can't get back to it. Now, Darkrai is going to ultimately look for it, try to bring it into the Dream World, but I mean, you can't get Dream World if you're not level 9, which our teams are not as they engage in the top lane.
Yeah, it's not easy to go up against the Blastoise at the best of times, but Kree is going to do enough to at least find that secure and try and take the levels away from Los Catacados. They do now have the Hooper going on in with that red aura on their side, but oh my god, Darkrai doing Darkrai things straight away, mate.
Oh, nasty, nasty Darkrai things. That Raichu almost bit the dust there, but we have a nice Squirtle coming in there. We have the Lucario already in trouble, feeling the pain from that red buff Hoopa. 1 HP and a dream, we make it!
Oh, what an effort. Just a good hit to push them away with a punch and then get back onto that pad to give you that healing. Los Catacados, though, they're getting really prepared up in this top lane. Oni is here. Now, Acrobatics is brilliant for the secure. It looked like it was Aerial Ace coming out from them there as well. Jose might be going for the Brave Bird here. They lock in 1 KO, and all of this farm is going to be accessible to them.
Yeah, we're collapsing on that Lucario there. We're going back to the Citrus Berry. We're grabbing some quick scores here, but it's not quite done yet. We finally get the evolution. War Turtle is here, and they're hungry. As we take down the Gossiflora, we're going straight for the Pommy.
Oh my god, what an effort from Los Catacados. A very aggressive top lane push. They're going to get more points in here. Classics is here to prevent any more that are going to be scored. But look at the damage already raining down onto them. Alolan Raichu proving to be way too oppressive in these early stages.
I mean, when you're up against a team like Komai Esports, you gotta go aggressive. You gotta put the pressure on from the get-go, especially in a fearless draft mode where your picks are now being used against you the longer the set goes on. But Reggie Drago is here on the map, and our teams are looking to ignore it a little bit for now.
I do like the fact that finally Ware has got their evolution. So Eldegoss is here. She's going to see whether she can come down for this. A little bit too late, though, as Los Catacados are going to lock that Regidrago in. Even more experience for Jose on this Talonflame. Not what they want to see, but One is looking for a good KO here. Finds the Hooper. Jose's now stuck with him because they're running Brave, but they don't even have it up because of that cooldown, and you can't escape.
High damage, but high cooldown. But that's not going to stop this Darkrai there as they collapse on the Trevenant. Umbreon takes it down for the KO there as we start scoring points and raining in on Los Catacados.
Oh, now they're going to see the Brave Bird on the skies. Drop down. Classics is sent back to Nurse Joy. Stuck in the mean look still is Jose, but now they're going to have that Brave Bird ready to roll on through. They find the KO onto Ickless. A double for Jose as they go for the rip on the Registeel. The zoning is here for Draken, and that is going to be Los Catacados bouncing back big time.
Yeah, but the push isn't over yet. The threat is still there. We got a nice Brave Bird Phantom Force trick coming out there. What an excellent play. Go in, get some vision, get the heck out of there. But it looks like Komai is going to be collapsing onto the top here. That's where our Regieleki is, up here in the attic.
What's great about that Phantom Force trick, Hooper, is that the more damage you do, the more healing you get when you go back. So it is perfect to pair with a Brave Bird. Flame Sweep is going to come through to clear up Ickless because they did a humongous amount of damage onto Jose. A brilliant way to flip that around. It is going to be defended here on the side of the Lecky thanks to Leo. But wow, Los Catacados have put a stamp on this early game.
Yeah, Flame Sweep indeed. He just swept away the entirety of Komai Esports, who had their presence in the top lane here. We have our Blastoise here collapsing onto this Regieleki, defending it very well, but we are looking for slight engages. Hoopa might be getting caught out in the middle here.
Oh, that they will. They managed to slip that damage at least as Ayame tries to go back into the lane and provide some assistance. Down here, though, Komai Esports want to go for an aggressive push, trying to see if they can find Bertolo. That's going to be your main target. But if you manage to stay at range, you're going to find some good KOs using the Electro Ball. And there's the trick Phantom Force, proving Aerial Ace to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, we got Blastoise scoring 40 in the top there. That is going to be the nice distraction that Los Catacados needs. Komai Esports senses the pressure they're going in, but without an Eldegoss, without your healer, it's going to make it hard. But they're saying, hey, Talonflame is gone. This is the time to push. But the Hoopa with the rings unbound. Umbreon with the Moonlight Prance coming in, but it's not enough. They're going down. One by one, Los Catacados is reversing this push.
What a brilliant response they've had there. Yami is now back in Little Hooper form, but they're going to score some points as Oni dives back on in with this Palmot sticking to them like glue, but too much damage coming back from the side of Los Catacados. Too much crowd control as the Hydra Typhoon is going to land here as well. The sleep doesn't connect as they have that shielding. Right now, though, it's all on the side of Lucario as Kree looks to find some good picks, pulls Los Catacados back onto their pad, and they're sent back to Nurse Joy.
They are indeed, and now Komai Esports has to take a defensive position on their pad. This does leave this objective open for them to grab, which is a Regirock. Defense, special defense, increased for 90 seconds. That is not something you want to deal with because they're already hard enough to KO. But Los Catacados is not leading up. There's a Flame Sweep coming in as they're raining in points. They want this pad hard, Tano.
Oh, this is exciting, mate. I mean, this really highlights what this league is all about. Los Catacados, we have 8 teams in this league, buddy. They are in 5th place. Komai Esports currently in 2nd place. But look how close this game is. Look at how well Los Catacados have dominated this mid-game so far. It just shows the level of talent we have in this Unite Fight Club.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going straight on to that. And the Lucario goes in, but gets taken down. Raichu comes in with another knockout there against that Lucario. Huge points raining in for Los Catacados as we now further our lead, 284 to 103.
Los Catacados trying to see if they can lock down this pad and not let them get any more points in. Ickless comes back on out with the sleep. They are going to just about get away. No, they don't. They're sent back to the Pokemon Center, and the Los Catacados have managed to at least keep their lead so far, being 181 points. That's going to be a huge difference coming into Groudon. But Jonathan, the issue is you have T1 goals up. Whoever takes that Groudon, if it's Komai, that is some easy hundo burgers you can score.
Yeah, with 1 minute to go before double points hits, that is dangerous indeed. You don't want those up. You don't want those unprotected. When you got two of them, you're just even more vulnerable. But Komai Esports is now going to be collapsing on Regieleki, hoping that this might allow them to bring in the closer points in there. But we got 315, huge score in the bottom there to bring them up a little bit more ahead. 200 points ahead. That means you can let one of these T1s go, but it is still going to be risky.
Classics is managing to get these mean looks perfectly onto Jose, but they don't have anyone else on the team to back them up with the damage and find the KO. Jose's just got a free KO on the back of that, despite being caught in the mean look. It's a difficult position to be in for Komai because you've got to be constantly looking out for that dive. With that Phantom Force from the Hooper, buddy, they're going to be diving in and coming out literally within a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and that Eldegoss KO right there is not good, but Los Catacados has their win condition. Regieleki's barreling down towards the home pad. Nothing to stop it. If they decide to push this, which it looks like they are, they're going en masse. A three-man following the Lecky, letting it hit first. Eldegoss holds the line alone, but is it going to be enough?
It really isn't. Where unfortunately can't defend that because Hooper's now going to let the rings loose, and that's going to pull the entire team into this fight. Thunderstorm Ariel's going to go on down. We see the Lucario throwing out the Aura Cannon here. The Flame Sweep comes through. Doesn't find the KO onto Oni though, and now it's down to Oni and Ickless to get something out of this and try and salvage it as Ickless is getting the rip onto the Groudon, but nobody else on the team is here, and unfortunately they do get caught out. Los Catacados already has a 500-point lead, and they lock in the Groudon.
Oh, this game is looking like it's over, but with 1 minute and 15 seconds left, anything could still happen. Huge Groudon buffs coming in, but 45 points for a 90 cap from the Hoopa. Already gonna seal the deal. 1 minute left, though. They're not giving up. They want these points. They can reverse this here with the buff. We do have Blastoise coming in with a Hydro Typhoon, knocking everybody up, but Umbreon says, get in a room.
I do like the fact that they're going to continue to go for these points because it is a league format, and what that means is that when we get to the later stages of it, point difference will make a difference in that league. So you've got to score as many as you can and try to counter score what you can. Right now though, Komai, they have been aced. Los Catacados has found a way since the mid game really to take control of Thea Sky Ruins.
They absolutely have. So now you got to go into game number 2. It's Komai Esports. You got to think, okay, what can I do? These 5 Pokemon are out. They can't touch them. They banned out Mega Lucario, Suicune, and Zacian. So these are guys they don't want to go up against because they know we got them in the pocket. So how do we pivot into game number 2? Where do we go in the draft? How do we get what we want?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing because we are currently in Fearless Draft as well, Jonathan. So it means these Pokemon that they've currently used, not viable anymore. Oni will not have access to that Palmat that so many teams feel is so oppressive. Will they ban it out for the rest of the set? We've seen that happen a couple of times with Empoleon and Palmat. You'll take it for the first game and then just ban it out for the rest of the set.
Which makes sense. I mean, if you're strong with it, but you're scared of it, it's good to leave it up, especially if you're in a first pick position to try to grab that. Although they didn't take the Palmont first, they took that Darkrai there first. So, I mean, that guy's not going to show up in the hands of Komai Esports though anymore. So they got to be more wary of it going into game number 2.
I mean, Los Catacados, they get the Thousand Island dress in here in game 1 against Komai Esports, currently in that second position. That is a statement game from Los Catacados, and Komai, they really need to bounce back off the back of that. Very capable of doing so. Bertolo's no longer going to have access to this Raichu that they dropped 31.9% of the team damage on, and they weren't able to catch them. That's the issue, Jonathan. Bertolo was completely uncontested throughout most of that game.
Yeah, and that was actually something that you really want to do. You have a nice frontline core that kind of distracts the enemy that they have to go into. If they try to get onto the Raichu, they did an excellent job of being able to pivot, and Raichu has naturally built-in capabilities to just be able to just dash and duck and just get away from people, so that even when Lucario does make it into the back, whether you're E-Speed or not, it's just going to get away.
Yeah, that was an absolute belter. This is a best of 5 though, so Komai have got plenty of time to work it out. They really need to get some wins under their belt. They've got to come out really aggressive in this one. They're very capable of doing so, Jonathan. They are such a strong team. Their new roster is very exciting this year. I mean, I'm literally wearing the jersey right now. I believe in them that much. But Los Caricados have also been a very exciting team. I mean, they were top 4 in the EU region anyway, so they just really showed it in that one.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. You take a team like Komai, like that's an intimidating team. That is a team that qualified for Worlds, that was there, that participated. And that is a menace to have to try to deal with. And so you think you got to try to get into that mentality, and you got to show force. You can't show weakness going into game 1. And you showed them that. And that's exactly what Los Caricados did. They came in, they said, listen, we can take these guys. We've beaten them now. We've beaten them handily. We can do this. So no longer, that status is no longer there. It's no longer intimidating. Now they're just like any other team that you're just on the court with, and you just got to focus.
Looking at these bans, so where they're going to ban out the Elder Gods here. I mean, they know how strong that Pokemon is right now. It has recently had some buffs and already a very strong, but it can do everything. That's the biggest thing about Elder Gods. It can do healing, it can do damage, it can provide shields. It is a everything Pokemon in this game. I think they've got to be a little bit careful about how much they buff it though, Jonathan, because it's one of those Pokemon where if it does do everything, you're going to overpower it a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're aiming towards more with the Leaf Tornado and with the Cotton Spore build. Leaf Tornado did just get a recent buff there, which I did also recently learn that when you hit someone with basic attacks with the Leaf Tornado, all of those auto attacks miss. So you learn something new about Eldegoss every day if you're named Hyde.
Just another thing that Eldegoss can do then on the list of many things, as Komai Esports are going to lock in Blissey for wear here. She's going to be providing plenty of either healings with the eggs or that shielding and that CC breaking with the safeguard build. We've seen Los Caricados like to use a lot of crowd control.
Oh, yeah, Las Caricados loves those stuns, and bringing in the Blissey is going to be great. You have that, like you said, you have the option of Safeguard there, but also bringing in the Umbreon that could help reduce the effects of that Buddy Barrier as well as the Bliss Assist if you time it right. There's a lot of shielding that comes out of Blissey's Unite move there that Umbreon is able to take away. Doesn't take all of it away anymore. It takes about only half of it, but it still could be enough to chunk down who it is that you need to chunk.
I can't believe we're seeing an OG Pikachu coming onto the field here as Ickless locks in that Pikachu. I mean, interesting. We haven't seen it played at all since Raichu dropped, to be honest. It was strong as an absolute nuisance of a Pokemon with the Volt Tackle, Electro Ball, good secure, good disruption onto those speedsters. I would like to see them go for the Mage build, though. I think they need a little bit more range damage, and I love Mage build Pikachu.
Yeah, Thunderbolt has a lot of good things going for it. Thunderbolt is a very good AoE stun, whereas Thunder is a nice AoE move to hit. If you're running that Incense, which Ickless is running, you go onto that pad and you throw the Thunder down. Now all of a sudden you've got Incense hitting everybody on that pad. You're helping neutralize those heals. That's going to make pad pushes a whole lot easier. Even if you're Volt Tackle, you hit on something like that Buzzwole, that's going to take it out for a couple of seconds there. That might be enough to get the pick with that Trevenant.
Ooh, okay, Yami's back on the Crustle here. Bertolo has that Miraidon, which we've already seen can be detrimental. And Jose's going to range it out with an Espeon. That's an interesting pick here for Los Caricados. Rather than taking the speedster that they're so used to, knowing that Ickless is on the side with the Pikachu, I feel like they're probably going to expect them to go with something that will disrupt those speedsters. They get Jose on the Espeon, maybe looking for some side shocks here to rip through the defense that is Komai.
Yeah. Although Komai, I gotta go with like Komai is lacking a lot of damage. Like there's a lot of burst that they're missing on their team there,
Yeah.
which the side of Los Catacados has. Like we got the Leafeon for a Unite move. We have the Pikachu with its own Unite move as well. So the Emerald two-step and the air and the Thunderstorm coming in. Those are going to be devastating moves, but into bulky Pokemon like Umbreon, Crustle, and Buzzwole, which are going to be the main ones taking most of that damage, they're going to survive. You have to really make sure that when you use those moves, it hits those attackers.
This battle is going to be decided between how good of an early game happens onto the side of which carry. Because right now, if Oni manages to get a good early power spike onto Leafeon, which it will, but then also manage to get that good snowballing coming through, that gives Komai the advantage. But Leo is on Buzzwole, and if Buzzwole hits level 5 early enough and starts to really punish that top lane, it's very hard to stop the momentum that has been built on the back of the hide.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And Leafeon is going to have a whole lot of trouble coming into this match, too, especially once Espeon gets the 8. Psychic Solaire is going to be looking to lock it down. Once it tries to make any sort of pressure, any sort of move against those backlines, Espeon's going to be right there to lock it up and just say, hey, what are you doing here? I'm right here, and you're not going anywhere.
So there's 3 evolutions in this game. That's going to be an exciting early game in this one, buddy, because, of course, we do also have Kree on that Trevenant. You've got the Crustle as well. So the early game is pretty much everywhere, and this is how this is going to be decided as we go on in here. This is game 2 between them both. Bottom lane already getting feisty with it.
Oh, yeah, you love a great early bottom lane there, but the Leafeons aren't going to clear half the jungle. They're coming in from the central lane. They're going straight onto the Umbreon. They're going to look to take it, but Ayami gets out of there.
Oh my days! Ridiculous effort. We do have Espeon online here with Jose. Now they're going to see if they can find a hit onto Where. Not able to, as she dashes back on up and gets a good lock in the top side alongside Kree. Oh my days, Los Catacados are not going to let this happen though. They might not have level 5 on the Buzzwole, but they find a KO onto Oni and they look for more. Side shot comes through as Jose takes the poor little Phantom.
Yeah, Buzzwole may not be 5 yet, but it is getting stacks, and that's just as dangerous. You don't want that. But Komai Esports is amassing in the top lane. We got 4, but we also have Miraidon. Charge Beam level 5 against Ickless and the world.
Oh, they do manage to get a Citrus Berry, but the points are going to rain on in, and Jose finds another double KO in the top side. It is Evolution domination here on the side of Los Catacados. Oh, baby, a triple as Jose finds Where, and now they rotate down the central area.
Yeah, Komai Esports is now in a very dangerous position. They've got the earliness on the Leafeon there, but they've lost the snowball. Los Catacados is running away with levels. Level 7 on the Espeon, 6 on the Miraidon, and now Buzzwole also ticking into 6. It is looking grim for them right now, especially since the Evolutions are duking it out and fighting over that central lane area.
Bro, this is crazy. Jose is dominating on a central area Espeon. I have a good buddy that's my duo that loves to play central area Espeon, and it is impressive. I love that we're seeing some pro teams bringing this out now as well. Who's going to lock in the Regidrago, though? The enhanced charge beam comes in, and it is going to be Bertolo that finds it. The terrain goes down as well, and that was way too late from Oni.
Oh, yeah, you gotta love a good Miraidon that's able to hit those charge beams and secure. I mean, you gotta hate it if you're Komai Esports. If you're on the other receiving end of that, you're like, gosh, darn it all, oh my goodness. But, again, you still got lots of opportunities, lots of time to come in. We gotta start looking for that level 8 on that Leafeon, though.
Oh my god, they've just blown up Oni and said goodbye to Ickless. A brilliant response from Los Catacados here. Komai just cannot find any space yet, buddy. This early game has been Los Catacados all over it as Komai look to find some levels, look to find a way to get some points in. We see them rotate into the top lane here, and this is a smart play. The pressure Los Catacados has found in that bottom lane, you've got to try and alleviate it, and this is how you respond.
Yeah, and they're going to take the Regieleki. They're going to send it down. Nobody got the points to really follow it up, so it's just going to hit. But we do have Komai Esports looking to eliminate this top hat as quickly as possible. Lowering points down, lots of points there. Leafeon able to start getting some of these stacks. It is level 8, and it's getting its Unite move. That Emerald two-step back online as quickly as possible because Los Catacados is here, and they're looking for a fight.
Oh, Jose is ridiculous on this Espeon, mate. I'm loving every second of it as Komai try to see if they can find a break onto the side of Jose. It's going to be the Volt Tackle that goes through, but again, the Psy Beam is so good on Espeon because you don't even have to hit your main target. You just hit somebody on the other team and it will bounce around and give that damage, and it is great for getting those secures.
It absolutely is. And again, you can't underestimate that Espeon as well. Level 11, Tano. 11! It's the biggest Pokemon on the field right now. And Los Catacados is not leading up on the pressure. They're saying, hey, this is good beachfront property and we're going to look to buy it.
That they are doing is they look to steal the buff away. Luckily, it is taken by Kree. But right now, Los Catacados comfortable in the central area of Komai Esports, out-leveling the central area Pokemon with that Leafeon right now. And they are on the retreat at Komai. This is not what we're used to seeing from this team, but it is a 10-minute game, buddy, and you can only win it by scoring points. Komai know if they get the levels, it is all about the fight at Groudon.
Yep, absolutely. You got to get those points. You can have the most KOs. You can have the most damage. You can have the most assists. But it doesn't matter if you don't have the most points, because at the end, it's all about the points. We've seen games lose by 1 point, whether it's on ladder, whether it's in Fight Club, whether it's in the UCS themselves. But we have the Futures Meteor Storm coming down from that Maridon. Lots of damage coming in from Los Catacados.
Oh, what an effort from Los Catacados to defend that pressure from Komai. They use Thunderstorm. They use the other Unite moves. I think we saw an Emerald two-step there as well, and they managed to defend against it, throw out a Psychic Solaire, and they lock in the Regieleki. That's going to be quite oppressive because guess what? They got it before the 4-minute mark. What that means is that we will have another one before Groudon takes to the field.
We will indeed, but that tier 2 is still up. They're not following this Lecky, so the odds of them breaking it in the next 2 minutes, I don't think is going to be great, but that does mean that they're going for the counter pressure into the top lane. We have them dancing around in a 4v2 situation into the top side here. Komai's really got to get together. Do they really need 3 people in the bottom of Regieleki?
No, I don't think they do. Los Catacados makes a wise decision to retreat from that, though. I think they were expecting Komai to come on up and really put the fight to them there. Regice is on the field. Los Catacados going for the rip right now. The enhanced charge beam's working a treat, but Kha'Zix tries to shut them down with an Ice Fang. Thunderstorm is going to come through as well. There's the Electro Ball. The Psychic Solaire buys the space for the Buzzwole as Leo gets back to the pad. A brilliant move by Jose. They may be the highest level, but that has at least saved that pressure. They're going to score the points here, but they are still on the field for when Groudon comes in.
Yeah, they're down by about 144 points. They still need another good push. Luckily, there is a T1 pad in the bottom side. They can even save this for the double points here in 1 minute and 15. As they're going through, they're grabbing as much of this beachfront property on the side of Los Catacados. They're saying, hey, look, you got property, we want some too.
Oh, Buzzwole's trying to stop them from getting that purchase through, though, as they do manage to get a hit onto Kha'Zix. The Mean Look is going to connect as well, but that's a Mamoswine, buddy. It's got so much thick fat, it's not easy to take out, but they finally do it, benching them to the Pokemon Center anyway, as Los Catacados are going to try and zone out Kree here. They find the KO, and just as we've seen for the entirety of this game, anytime they are on the back foot, they bounce back big.
Yeah, but that was a really good job on the side of Komai Esports there. Pikachu was in danger, but they sacrificed the Mamoswine as well as the Trevenant, their lowest level Pokemon on the team, in order to save the Pikachu, which would have been worth more experience. So even though Komai was on the back foot, they were still able to execute that very calmly, and that was really, really good.
Regieleki's going to go to Los Catacados here. That's some pressure to the T2 pad, although as we see, it is still up. So Komai, realistically, they can just let that walk in and go for the fight in the central area. They do have 2 level 13 Pokemons to really deal with the 2 on the side of Los Catacados, but it's not an easy task because you have to get that Emerald 2-step to find some quick picks, and Psychic Solaire has been brilliant from Jose in this game.
Yeah, but as our teams are now into a Groudon fight, 10 seconds in, Groudon's here. He's going, hey, what's going on? It's a little too quiet. One of those moments in the movies where you're just like, it's quiet, too quiet. But now we're looking, there's the Mamoswine. They poke it out, they find out where it is. They see that it's up there. They're looking for it. Nice rock tomb coming out there, but we do have the Blissey Leafeon isolated in the top.
Blissey, oh, where she's caught up in this mean look. Blitz assistance is going to come through, though, to Oni, and that's going to save them at the moment. Psychic Solaire is sent on out. They do find the KO, though, onto Mamoswine, and the dive in again from the Pikachu, but they're caught out by Miraidon as Bertolo finds the KO. They take down Kree, and one by one, Komai Esports have been aced. Los Catacados already in the lead are going to go for the rip, as this Mamoswine is going to try and sprint to get that secure.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get that, they get the ground on here on the side of Los Catacados. I don't see them not, but everybody from Komai Esports will be back in time for the push that they're going to make. The inevitable push. Again, 64 points separate these teams. It takes one bad push or one good push in order to swing things around as Los Catacados gathers in the bottom lane.
They've got buffs on the side of Catacados. Is it going to be enough as they try to drop the damage through? The chase is on to find Jose as well. They managed to get away at the moment, and the first to fall is going to be the tree. Kree is sent back, and so is Mamoswine. No defenders on the field for Komai Esports anymore, but it just means that Los Catacados can step on up, and with these buffs, they can find all the KOs that they want in the world and lock in this second game for themselves.
Game number 2 is going to Los Catacados. That was very smart. They weren't just panic trying to score. They had the buffs there. They weren't just like, all right, get it in, get it in, get it in. They were like, all right, they're coming at us. Let's take them out one by one. And that was methodical. They took out the tanks, and once the tanks were down, it was sitting ducks for the rest of Komai.
Now, Komai are on the back foot. This is a best of 5, buddy, and what that means is that Los Catacados have now moved themselves on to match point if they take this next game. Komai Esports now has to pull off one of the hardest things to do in esports, and that is a reverse sweep.
Yeah, they got to win 3 games straight. No Palmot. No Darkrai, no Blissey, no Mamoswine, no Trevenant, no Leafeon for them at all. Like, I got 3 games without some really strong staple picks, with a lot of Pokemon also being banned out as well. But there's some power picks on the other side as well. Buzzwole, no longer a thing. Miraidon, Crustle, everybody that we have seen playing today for our teams, gone, because that's just how exciting Fearless Draft works. So when you go into game number 3, now it's like, was Komai baiting Los Catacados to bring in some of their powerful Pokemon, and now they're ready for the 3-man sweep? Is that what this was all about? They were just like, listen, we got stuff you don't even know about.
That would make me very happy, because, oh boy, would that be the chess games here in the Unite Fight Club. And I mean, they do still have a lot of picks that I see them play all the time that they haven't pulled out yet. Ickless is a very good ranged attacker. We haven't seen them on very strong range attackers yet. They went for Pikachu that game high. So it does feel like a little bit of that gamesmanship coming in, knowing that they can get those first 2 games out of the way, see if they can get a win, but now they can pull out the really big picks, knowing that Los Catacados have used quite a few.
Yeah, for them, Mega Lucario, if Los Catacados ever lets that up, it can come in. Hoopa is available for Komai Esports. We have Raichu, that's also available as well. Like you said, a lot of powerful picks coming in here. Even like a surprise pick, Alolan Ninetales. Very, very strong and being able to output a lot of stuns, CC. It's a very surprise pick, very underdog pick as well. And I think that might be something that could be seen here.
I do like the idea of bringing out some appreciated picks at the moment, like that Ninetales. For me, you've got a couple on the all-rounder side. We don't see much Metagross anymore, but I think it is a very dominant Pokemon, and I think it's great for trying to take on the all-rounders that Los Catacados like to set up as carries. So that might be an interesting approach that Komai can take. They do need to find something, though, Hyde, because right now, as we look at these highlights, they are massively on the back foot in this best of 5. They have to win out if they want to win this.
Yeah, no, they absolutely do. And again, like, there's a lot of picks on the table here. There's a lot of, they got to change the gameplay as well a little bit there. They had the tools to go in, and it just felt like, again, they just had very low damage coming into game number 2. Like, again, we have Umbreon, we have Buzzwole, we have Crustle. Those are some really tanky Pokemon. But the only real damage we had was Leafeon and Pikachu. We didn't have a whole lot of burst that was able to go in. We tried to play the sustain game, and it just did not work into 2 attackers.
Yeah, there's not really any rip, is there? Because as you called it, like, you've got the Leafeon, you've got the Unite move, and then you've also got Electro Ball, Volt Tackle, Pikachu. You don't have consistent rip. Maybe a Glaceon would have been a much better call there. We've got the strong defenders. You really need to combat what's going on the side of the Miraidon. But this is what we were talking about, how there is those other strong picks that they could have gone for instead. I mean, the Inteleon hasn't been used yet, and I'm just having a look at the bans here. It wasn't banned out, so there's no reason why that couldn't have. I mean, it would have been a much better pick coming into that game.
Oh, it absolutely would have. It's got a lot stronger early game. It did get a nerf on the crit stacks, but Sabo with the crit stack there, that's still very strong, even Drizzile, because as you get back up, Inteleon still has it. But we're into the draft. We got our bans in. Blissey, Eldegoss, Darkrai, banned out for Komai Esports, Suicune, Mega Lucario, and Hoopa getting banned out for Los Catacados.
Interesting. So Zacian is going to be playable as they go for the Suicune instead. I like that play from Komai though, because kind of it's like, you know, force them to ban out the Suicune, because otherwise you can bring that out into the game, right? That's such a strong Pokemon. You're going to be picking first. Make them have to ban it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want... That's the thing about draft, too. I think a lot of teams don't understand is, like, you can leave certain picks up for others to take. You just trade. And it's really, really strong as well. And I think Los Catacados is doing a really smart thing here. They're like, all right, we're going to leave Zacian up now, and we're going to see where they take it, if they want to take it, because there's some of the other stronger tools that can enable it are also off the board for them. And as we see, Mew is going to be on Bertello there, as well as Draken on that Mamoswine.
So, knowing that you've used the Eldegoss and you've used the Blissey, Komai Esports trying to work out what they want to take as a supporter. They don't go for the Clefable just yet, as Ware decides to give over Kree to the Zacian that they want to take from Los Catacados. The Clefable you kind of want to pick later on, because it is a great counter pick to a lot of Pokemon that Los Catacados like to bring out. Leo currently deciding between the Gyarados and the Metagross. I can't believe... No, they're going to bait me. It is going to be the Gyarados. By the way, we have seen 2 915 Gyaradoses in the Unite Fight Club.
Wow, that is actually amazing. It's going to be amazing to see if Leo's able to keep up with that as well. Enter the elite club coming in there.
I mean, I feel like me and Lobo are having a conversation about somebody will need to get an award if they can beat that record of a 915 Gyarados. It is a ridiculously strong power spike, and to have it that early is a little bit busted for your team if you can work that out.
Oh, I could beat that easily. You just go into practice mode there. You just open the settings there. +1, +1, +1, right till you're 7. Boom, you're good. Can you do it in 30 seconds or less?
A 955 Gyarados on the field, mate. Fair play. Fair play. But what I do like to see is Jose pulling out this Delphox. We've mentioned this so many times because this new map, it's so much more experience on the field, and Bertolo is going to have access to that flame charge later on in the game. It's ridiculously strong. The cooldown is non-existent, and you are very difficult to catch, and the fanciful fireworks, the brilliant Unite move for limiting attacks and defenses, because you can now be interrupted scoring once you get that Groudon.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about Zacian and Blaziken as well, is that they have very limited mobility once they're slowed down. You got the fire spin, you could try, and Blaze Kick, you try to go for the dash there, but that means you have to burn the moves to try to escape that fanciful fireworks. It has the incense on it, on top of the natural built-in. That's a lot of anti-heal. Even if Clefable is in there throwing the heals, or even if it's on the corner, like, come on, take my Moonlight, take it! Heal up! It's not going to be as effective.
Where is just going to be chasing around her team here, trying to keep them nice and healed. Jose is going to pull out the Mew. I'm looking at it. Central Pokemon. We've just seen Jose take a central area Espeon. Now on that Mew, I would kind of expect them to be in the lane, because one thing I don't agree with is a Delphox lane. I think that is, you've got to give it some experience. Get it in that central area.
Delphox lane is criminal, and I don't know how anybody ever gets away with it, but some people do, and Yeah, like I said, it's criminal, but Los Catacados doesn't care about the sentence or the jail time. They're sending it into lane and Mew into the central path.
They're like, you know what, we're going to prove you casters wrong as we send it down there. They're going up against a Miraidon combo, though, so that is going to be difficult for them because the secure is so abysmal on the side of that little Fennekin as they try to find something here. Ickless is going to be the one that takes it, pairing it with a Snorlax as well. Oh, that is a tough lane for Bertolo.
Yeah, Snorlax for Rhydon, you know you got it going for you. You know you're in trouble. But we do have Magikarp up in the top here with the Alcremie, the Milcery still. They're going for those Natus, though, which is going to be great effort bars experience for this Magikarp.
What I did find out as well, thanks to Lobo, is the lower health you've got, the more damage you do on this Magikarp with its damaging move, which is, you know, great because people really want to go for the KOs. They've just got an assist. Look at that effort. Meter go on up, buddy. It may not be a 915 Gyarados, but it's not going to be far off at least that 945.
Yeah, these 850 birds here coming in, the Swablu's Altarias could make the difference. You just got to hit stuff. You don't even have to KO it. It helps, but there it is. The mighty Gyarados is here.
The biggest power spike in Pokemon Unite. Let's see whether it's going to be Aquatail, though, because a lot of people have been playing that right now for the piercing that happens. They find the KO onto Kree, and oh, the revenge was there for the second strike. Yami gets their Evo, but they do get a good double KO on the side of Leo.
Yeah, and that's going to be really, really important as well, because one of the things that happens with Gyarados is it just feels like it gets so much more experience than many other Pokemon. It may not actually do that, but it feels like that. All of a sudden, you're looking at a level 5 Gyarados, and then all of a sudden, it's level 8. You're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, wait a minute, something ain't right as Los Catacados finds the rest of the farm in this bottom lane. Regidrago is now spawned into the field. We do see Ickless rotating up here, seeing if they can get a good rip and get this enhanced charge beam ready to go. No secure from the side of Los Catacados here for it as we see Blaziken going for the secure. Oni is looking to lock that in with the overheat, and they do manage to do so. A good block as well from Classics to take that damage themselves.
That was a really good blaze kick from the Blaziken there to try to help counter the high horsepower, but it wasn't enough. The 3-man takedown. Blaziken's like, I can do a lot, but I can't do that much.
That was impressive, buddy, and they find the important KOs. Right now, 107 points to 10 on the board, though. Komai Esports, they need to respond in kind. They've done this in the previous 2 games. They don't score enough points, and they end up on the back foot in the late game, trying to come up with some sort of response. Look at the healing coming on in from Ayami here. That's enough to keep Leo in this fight, and they send Kree back to Nurse Joy.
Oh my gosh. Alcremie is one of the most broken healers in the game. I said it before, and I'll keep saying it now. It is a huge, huge broken healer. On par with Blissey, if not more. The only issue that a lot of people sleep on with it is aiming it. Unlike Eldegoss with the Pollen Puff, where it just auto-attaches to something, you really got to be on point with those heals with those little cream puffs.
Yeah, literally a skill shot on a support Pokemon, isn't it, really? Good beam is going to come on through here, but that's not going to find the secure. It's going to be Oni that does that. Regiseal taken by Komai Esports as they try to capitalize on it here, pushing on into this pad, trying to cut down this score lead. Good dive again from Draken as they try and lock down Komai. They are very hard to catch here, and they are going to put the fanciful fireworks onto this pad, and that again is going to stop any scoring coming through as Los Catacados looks to lock in the defender and supporter.
Yeah, that's the one thing you hate to see when a fanciful fireworks comes out is when it hits a home pad or when it hits a pad. Whether it's your pad or the opposing pad, you just don't want to see it because if you're pushing, shuts you down completely. But if you're against it, it's also just be like, dang it, I can't even use my heals, I can't use my shields.
Oh, Bright Fury Meteor Storm's going to come on out, though. The Fluffy Cream Supreme here trying to save Los Catacados as they do connect with a KO onto the side of Bertolo. And now Komai are going to capitalize on that oppression and see if they can get some more points in here. They haven't got enough Unite moves to burst on out just yet, though. A good push with the block, though, comes out from Los Catacados. The Wonder Wish came through from where? Trying to use the fly, and they do find a massive KO onto Leo yet again.
Yeah, this push was very dangerous as well, because when you push pads, you want to score points, but Komai Esports just didn't have a lot of points. So when they were doing this, they were fishing for KOs. They really wanted to get as much comeback experience as possible. And we got level 10 on Blaziken now, level 11 on Miraidon, 10 on Zacian. We are catching up and we are surpassing Los Catacados. We might be behind on points, but our levels are evening out.
Yeah, 39 just in as well. I tell you what, the plan has come together very smartly for Komai Esports there, but Fanciful Fireworks is going to be put down, and that's going to find a KO onto the side of Oni as Leo goes hunting here, getting ready with the bounce, lands onto the side of Where. They do look to see if they can come back and find Kree here, because they have cut down Bertolo back to the Pokemon Center, trying to get away from it. It is Ayami at the moment. Kree continues to find them, but the Electro Ball is going to come on through from Jose, and yet again, Los Catacados come out of that team fight feeling rosy until they get a big kick from Blaziken in the face.
They do, and the overheat slinches it up. But hey, we're coming in. We do have the Mew and Alcremic combo, zoning them out from the top lane objective. Now we have the Delphox and the Mamoswine coming in the top here. We got Snorlax alone by themselves, just getting picked off, but the bulk allowing it to survive. 1 HP in a Dream is trying to go in, but Komai Esports is pushing the top pad.
Here comes the Dragon Current, trying to see if they can get a good hit with some good secure as well. Oni trying to block off against it, throws them into the wall, gets ready with the overheat kick. A massive shield coming out though from Jose, has saved Leo in that fight, and they've taken 2 carries from the side of Komai Esports. They find Where as well, and Los Catacados extend their level lead at the moment, seeing level 12 hit on the side of that Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados level 12, Delphox 11 though, and Mew is also 12, so they're still keeping pace. We got 2 12s and 11 on the side of Komai Esports. Registeel might help it out with their Fanciful Fireworks. We're looking to take down some Pokemon here, and we do. 1 and 2 as Miraidon, Clefable, Snorlax fall, but Blaziken comes back for the revenge KO. Takes down the takes down the Mamoswine.
Oh, Bertolo is just hot. He's at that level now where you just cannot get away from this Delphox. We talk about Pawmot being the Pokemon that sticks to you like glue. Delphox is even worse because they keep at range but still manage to hit you like glue with that flame charge. So I think this is a brilliant pick by Los Catacados. Now having that level 13, they are going to have that constantly off cooldown.
Yeah, that is going to be very annoying to deal with. That's something that most people also don't even realize. Like, you see, I dodged the Mystical Fire, I dodged all the damage. Well, how did I get KO? Because they don't realize Flame Charge has a sure hit on it. And that is what gets those KOs. That's what KO'd that Blaziken at the end there. And that is what's hitting that Snorlax now.
Yeah, and you can't get away from it. Not only to mention, Fanciful Fireworks is now ready to go. They literally just used it, Hyde. It is such a low cooldown of a Unite move, and they're going to have it up ready to roll. Dragon Current going in, his interest in here, as Leo looks to see if they can find a good clear up before the fight breaks loose. Fanciful Fireworks is going to go down. There is the full Fluffy Cream Supreme. We did see Bright Feud and Meteoscom used by Komai Esports as well. The fight is here before Groudon even takes to the field. Oh my, Oni is sent cooking. Jose right now gets a triple KO, and they have just wiped out Komai Esports before Groudon even got to the field. Where is the only one left as she tries to make a retreat around the side and look to see if they can get the secure, but they are blocked off. Bought a little bit of time for Komai to get back into this, but the secure does come through. Los Catacados have the advantage.
The littlest Clefable who could. They tried, they really did. Unfortunately, wasn't enough. But now we have Los Catacados coming in, 232 to 62. They've got the KO on the Miraidon and the Snorlax there. Zacian as well, also falling. They score a Hundo Burger going in, and they're going for another one. Komai Esports has to make a push. They have to make a stand. They got to get something going here, because if all these Hundo Burgers keep raining in on the home pad, that's going to be it. This is going to be Los Catacados, our 5th place team, taking out Komai Esports, our 2nd place team, in a 3-0 sweep.
This Unite Fight Club just gets better and better week in and week out, buddy. Los Catacados, there's a minute left on the clock. Not enough change on the field here for Komai to bounce back. Oni knows it. They're just sat there as that Blaziken. Los Catacados are going to defeat Komai Esports, the number 2 seed currently in this UFC, with a 3-0 record today. And that is an achievement and half for this team.
Oh my gosh, is it ever? You love to see an upset like this, and this is exactly what Los Catacados needed to climb the ranks, to climb the ladder, because I'll tell you right now, 5th place, they're like, we deserve better. We know we can do better. And they definitely showed that today.
Okay, I mean, Koma Esports, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board here, see what they can work out. I mean, it is Fearless Draft, of course, so it's not going to be the way that UCS is, but it just means that you can have a look at those VODs, see how you played with that comp, and see what might have worked better with those certain Pokemon that they're coming up against. A little bit of work that can be done. Of course, the VODs will be accessible if they want to go have a look at that. And also, the website has a lot of data about these games as well that they can go have a nosy at and see what was kind of working with which Pokemon and what wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something you got to do as well. You make sure you hit that VOD review up, because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot you can learn. Even if the format is a little bit different than what UCS is, a lot can be gained. You can see how you play on certain Pokemon. You can see how other people play on certain Pokemon. Maybe there's a sleeper pick you never even considered. Because let me tell you, Los Catacados, they had a plan going into that Groudon fight. They had the Dragon Current going in, getting vision, finding people. You could tell just by watching the match. They were waiting for the stuns to come up, for the fanciful fireworks to go in. Even Komai Esports was waiting for it, because the moment the Gyarados was about to pop up, some of them ejected away. They're like, ain't no way we're getting caught in that. But poor Snorlax, the main victim there, did not make it out.
But having 141k damage on Bertolo, which is 31% of your team, is ridiculous. I mean, 25.9% on the Gyarados, which was 114k damage. That is crazy. A massive amount of damage coming in from Los Catacados. I mean, Mew themselves had over 100k as well. This is crazy stats. No wonder the defenders over on the side of Komai Esports had way over 100k damage taken.
All right, I'm just going to come out and say, is there a game where Bertolo is not doing 1/3 of the team's damage? I'm just saying, like, is there a game out there where he's just not? It just seems like that's been the consistent thing. He's like, all right, you guys, I'm 1/3 of the team in this team of 5 just doing the damage there. What's up?
I mean, you can't complain with it, can you? Like, if your ranged attacker is doing their job and doing it as well as Bertolo, it's a fantastic showing, because not only did they drop 141k damage, by the way, Hyde, they had the lowest damage taken in the game. I was looking, was it just their team? No, it's in the game. 17.2%, 46k taken is lower than anyone else in that game.
I was going to say, did he even get taken down? But there was one point where we did see Delphos get taken down by Zacian. So yes, we did see it go down, but oh my goodness, you know your attacker's doing their job when they got damage numbers like that.
I mean, we're just watching the highlights here, and there was some, as we said, it was a backwards and forth game. There were some good pressure moments from Komai Esports, but again, pushing that goal without any points to score in. They were looking for the KOs. They found a couple, but any time Los Catacados was getting pushed, the rotations from their team were on point. We saw Leo constantly going top lane, bottom lane, same from Jose, and it just was a little bit too much pressure for Komai Esports.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And again, Los Catacados was just sweeping this set here. 3-0 onto the second place team in our fight club. Oh my gosh. Talk about upset as well. Like, this is just absolutely crazy. And look at them just coming in. They're just taking this fight. They're just going in. They have no fear. The bravery on them to just start the fight coming in. Now only Cliff Abel is left.
Yeah, and you know, it is like we're against the world. What more can you do as a lowly Clefable in that fight? Bless them. Yeah, Los Catacados, I love the decision to go for that fight before Groudon came in. They knew they could get a pick, and if you are 5v4 as Groudon's about to spawn in the central area of the other team, you throw everything at it, and that's exactly what they did, and it worked a treat for them.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And again, the effort there is shown in every single game. This is Komai Esports. This is a world's level team. And they just took them 3-0. And it's like, dang. Like, you know, like, again, when you find that opportunity in game number 1, I think that's what it was. You got a Titan that's in front of you. But if you're able to make it bleed, if you're able to just say, all of a sudden, it's just another regular dude. It's just any other team. And you just got to focus in and focus on that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what a mountain to climb, and what a mountain they overcame in that one. Komai will be looking to bounce back. That's what the Unite Fight Club is all about. That's what these out of season tournaments are all about, chat, as you get ready for UCS, which is going to be starting next month, which is ridiculous, right, Hyde?
Oh my gosh, right? We are a month and a half away. December 13th, 14th, I believe, is when that starts. Oh, no, 15th, 16th. That's a weekend now. So, oh my gosh, it starts up that soon. And we're not even November yet. Like, it's November in 2 days tomorrow for some of you. Because, oh my gosh, yeah, it's so close. It creeps up on you. Feels like it was just yesterday Worlds ended.
That it does. That it really does. That is going to be it from us, chat. But I do want to give a special shout out to our amazing sponsor here, Pink Parsnip Computers. They enable us to be able to put on this amazing production for you all. If you need to get yourself a new PC setup, whether it is a complete PC or just some accessories for your stream, go and check out their website. They've got some amazing deals on, and you can use code ENGAGE5 for 5% off your entire order site-wide. ENGAGE Stream to get £15 off the Stream Deck Mini, or code ENGAGE SHIP for free UK shipping on any purchase over £300. Go check out their website, and a huge shout out to that team enabling us to put on these electric games for you.
Absolutely. We gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Alrighty, so that is going to be it from us, chat. So a huge shout out to you all coming in here and giving us the love as well. A huge shout out to Fu casting from the other side of the world, as well as the legendary Jonathan Hyde with me. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the mic, baby.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to see you, chat. I look forward to seeing more of you.
Alrighty, good morning. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, chat. We will catch you on the next one.